So now I guess the time for the teachable toast. So what do we do with this, right? So how do you feel like we reclaim storytelling, protect what's sacred in the digital space?
I think we got to get back to more storytelling. And part of that is remembering the oral traditions that we come from, right? We can use our platforms to literally have intergenerational conversations, bring in our elders, actually document the things, the traditions that are woven into the life of our people. One of the things that I appreciate about TikTok is that they have a genuine community of hoodoo practitioners that get together and they catalog their knowledge, and they will hop in the comments and they will correct you if you wrong. They will, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like they are literally using social media in order
Yeah.
to be able to preserve the practice and the traditions of the elders and folks who are engaging in being practitioners. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's we got to start telling the stories that the algorithms overlook, right? And be okay telling those stories, even if they don't get all the clicks, likes, and views.
True.
And then also using podcasts and blogging, other ways of using media in order to be able to archive stories,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we can do a better job of that. And I actually think being intentional about that will help heal other things in our community too. Right. Especially if we start talking about intergenerational conversations, being able to actually include our elders in this new digital age,
Mm-hmm.
teaching them how it works, but also where the value is of incorporating their voices, right? I seen
Mm-hmm.
this there's a chick on Instagram who she does these radical photo shoots with her grandma where she dress her up with all the jewelry. Like I know one of them, she had on a big old rope chain and some door knocker earrings with a windbreaker suit. She was out in the
Hey.
field. She was out in the field, you hear me? Like literally nothing but land and acres. You know, and so like things like that, that is dope to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, just reimagining new ways to be able, like I said, to bring us together, but also to be able to tell those stories.
Yeah, I do think social media, I think is there's the assumption that it's for young content creators and things like that, or for young folks. I do think if you can get your granny or your aunties to tell a story, get them in front of a camera and do the thing and create some very insightful and valuable content using our elders. I know a lot of them aren't privy to using technology in that way or being on social media, but I think we could all benefit from them sharing their stories and their experiences and their advice. Just like at the brunch that we hosted, right? There were people from different age groups there, and I thought that was like a beautiful thing to be able to have, an elder in the mix having conversations about things like relationships, success, what happiness looks like for you, what does freedom look like for you, and to talk about like navigating changing work environments, retirement. What does it really look like to actually retire? Or even, the modern dating scene. We had all these conversations and we got to have it in real time, what I'm saying, with multiple people from different generations. And I think it was a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's something that we should do more often. And I think we got to start getting our elders accustomed to using social media. And I think we could all benefit from that. So what are some other things that we can do in order to, reclaim that storytelling and stuff?
Follow and fund Black memory keepers, not just the ones that are on social media and online. I'm thinking I had mentioned earlier Black Archives. You also have Black Library, BLK Library, Black Art Story, but also like find out who is transcribing and cataloging and archiving stories in your community and support those organizations too.
Mm.
I know here in Little Rock, my organization, the Alternative Tribe, we do storytelling projects with elders, specifically connecting 12 to our young people to elders, right? So they can sit and they can hear some of the stories
Oh,
about these places that they be around that they don't know any of the historical relevance of, right? But
that's
also
awesome.
places like the Village Place, who does historical tours and then brings the elders in to go on the trips and the tours to talk to the young people. Who else? Somebody might even say the Central High Historic Commission, right? Like find the places, places that are preserving
Yeah.
stories. Even your Herm Fine Art Pyramid Bookstore, right? It's one location. It's a art gallery, a bookstore, and a historical staple all in one, right? Because a lot of their artwork and their books are rooted in community and being able to share the stories of what's actually around here, specifically like in the Wright Avenue area, which is, we call it historic Wright Avenue, but it's changing, right? And so the other thing is, as we
Yeah.
recognize that things are changing really fast, and I'm speaking specifically about real estate right now, right? Like the landscape of the places that we live, buildings are being knocked down. Places that once had like real cultural significance for our communities, they're not there no
Mhm.
more. Right. And so also being able to say what once stood, what once was, and being able to
Yeah.
share those stories. There's a resource, Wayward
And that's
Lives.
important for social media too.
Absolutely. Yeah, cuz the other thing that's happening with education is that there is basically a systemic pathway to erase history as we know it, right? And
Yes.
so somebody else has to begin to tell those stories, recognizing that it's not going to come through our major education systems. I was even looking at some colleges who were retracting majors in like history and certain specific
Mhm.
histories. I was about to say, I think I even seen geology on one of them, and I remember reading in the comments, somebody's like,
Yep,
"Damn, what the
yeah,
Earth do?"
geology was definitely one
They
of
was like, "Damn, what the
crazy.
Earth do? What the rocks do? Everything gotta go?" And so we're at this place where
Mhm.
those of us who have been studying, especially those of us who are scholars, I just want to say shout out to all the teachers out there, all the
Mhm.
academians, all the folk who went to school and found it cool to go to school. Okay, start figuring out
Yeah.
how to catalog what you got, figure out how to catalog what you got and how to help give it back to the rest of us, because we need it from all the channels. Like I said, especially now that we know that the system ain't gonna be providing it, whether we talking about on a
Mhm.
K through 12 level, but also recognizing the jeopardy that even higher education is in now. So yeah, protect the culture.